Hi everyone, this is Sandy Wreath with StampinCrew.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I wanted to show you how to make this great paper wreath using some of our designer series paper and framelit dies. So to make our project today, we are using the new Be Merry pack of designer series paper from the 2017-18 Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. And I've taken one of each sheet of the paper and then I cut the stack in half. So these papers, there are 6 different patterns on one side, and then when we flip them over we have 6 more patterns. So it gives us 12 patterns. And we need 26 strips of 1.5 by 12 inch designer paper for our wreath. Now that's the minimum number. And I'll show you how we can make that stretch and get by with just 26. Now when I cut this half a pack down to 4 strips at 1.5 inches wide each, that gives me 24 strips. So I need 2 more strips. Now I could either take another piece and cut a couple more strips of it, but what I did was just cut 2 strips of the Dazzling Diamonds glitter paper because I really like having a little bit of glitter with our projects. So these are still cut at 1.5 by 12, and then I've got my other patterns, and right here I've already turned over the side, so I have 2 strips of each pattern. Okay, so the next step is to use our banner triple punch, and I'm going to flag the ends of all of our papers. And we can probably do 3 at a time. And I'm going to put it in that, not the bottom channel, it's the next channel up for 1.5 inches. I'm going to punch that, and then I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to punch the other side. So we're going to do this to all 26 pieces of our paper. Okay, so I have cut all my strips, the 26 strips in 1.5 by 12, and I flagged all the ends. Then I came over here to a big empty space. I just used my kitchen table, but you can lay them out on the floor, and then I arranged them in the pattern that I want. So I tried to make it cohesive and spread everything out so it looked nice. And then next we're going to start applying them to our wreath. Okay, I've picked up all my strips from the table in the order I'm going to put them on the wreath. And this wreath is just, it's by Paper Studio. I bought it at Hobby Lobby. It's normally $3.99, and I buy them when they're at the half off, and they're located in where the chipboard letters are. It's not in the wreath making section, it's where the chipboard letters are. And it's just a 12-inch chipboard wreath. It's maybe 1/2 inch, a little less than 1/2 inch thick. But this is the easiest way to do this because it's nice and flat. So what I'm going to do is take my first strip and I am going to wrap it around the wreath, and then I'm just going to use a little bit of Tombow at the tip, and then I'm going to use just a teeny bit here to hold it in place. And then I'm line these up, make sure I don't have any showing from the back. And it's okay if you have a little bit. And then make sure that your strip is flat on the bottom, going straight out, and then I'm going to just press down here to keep that in place. All right, the next strip, and this is the part you need to be careful of. I'm going to go ahead and glue the ends together. Is you want to make sure you just barely cover right here. If you overlap too far like this, you are going to run out of strips. If you go too far apart and you have big gaps, that's not going to look nice. So I just make sure it's pulled straight out from the wreath, and then it's just barely covering right here where the 2 strips meet. All right, so I'm just going to put a teeny bit of Tombow there. And press that down. So I'm going to go all the way around my wreath, adding the strips, and make sure that if you have paper that's directional, that your images are going in the correct way. Especially, you know, when you cut your paper and then when you put your strips on, because there's nothing more frustrating to get done and then realize you put some papers on upside down. All right, I'm making sure that it's covered right there. All right, and I'm just going to go around and finish putting these strips on. Okay, so I have put mine, you know, tried to make them stretch as far as I could. So now I have this extra one right here. I've got just a little bit of space, but it's a little too small to put my extra strips. So I'm going to just kind of pull up this first couple three. Maybe just slide this together just a little bit more. And you could even wait and do this, you know, glue those final down at the end so that you can kind of adjust when you put those on. Or just put all your strips on and then glue them all down at the, after you've got them spaced correctly. That one there, and then I'll slide this one down just a hair under here. Straight. Okay, now we've got them all arranged. We are going to work on our banner next. So we'll set this aside. Then for our banner, I've cut a piece of garden green cardstock, and this is 12 inches by 2 3/4. And then a piece of Whisper white cardstock, and this is 11 3/4 inches long by 2.5 wide. So we're going to just attach our white banner to our garden green. The colors in this Be Merry set are garden green, cherry cobbler, and Whisper white. So I like to have a little bit of sparkle, so I have cut out a happy out of our red glimmer paper, and that's using the new Happy Birthday Thinlits dies. And I just cut out the happy and then trim that where it attached to the birthday. And then I spelled out Christmas using our large letters dies. I love these dies. I use these a lot. So I've already cut that, and what I'm going to do is start at the end, and I'm going to glue the word Christmas on here using just a little Tombow. I'm going to start at the end because I want to get them as close as I can together, and then we're going to glue that happy up in front. gonna stick the happy right here. So having that red against the white will make it pop. I'm just gonna put a little Tombow. We are going to take our wreath and figure out how we want to lay this. And I'm just going to attach the banner with a couple of dimensionals. I'm just going to put one on each corner and then one kind of in there a little bit in the center. I want to make sure there's lots of adhesive to hold the banner on. Okay, my fingers are nice and gluey. Okay, I'll do a wide shot of this too when we're done. So I'm going to attach the banner right across the center, and then I've also die cut a few little snowflakes, and you could do whatever you want. I like to add a little more glimmer, but these are cut out of the Dazzling Diamonds glimmer paper using the new, what is it here? New Seasonal Layers Thinlit die. So it has 1, 2, 3 snowflakes. So I just cut out one of each. And I think I'll do, I want them to pop. So maybe I'll put one here and then I'll put a couple down here. And then if I decide later I want a few more, I can. And these are very thinly cut with these detail dies. So I'm just going to put a couple little dots of Tombow here and there to help hold those on. And then I may even come back and add some rhinestones later, because I like my Christmas decorations to sparkle. Okay, to make a hanger, I'm going to flip our wreath over. That's not staying, we're going to have to glue that some more. I've taken just a little piece of our thick cherry cobbler baker's twine, and this is retired, but it's just left over, and that's maybe 3.5 inches. And then I have 2 of these little white flat tacks. So I'm going to stick the tack through the knot. I've tied a knot at each end. Stick the tack through the knot. This is the hardest part, the whole thing. Okay, so I've got the tack through the knot. I'm going to get it started. I'm going to take a hammer because not very strong. I'm going to hammer that into the chipboard, and then I have another one. Stick that through the knot. And I'm pulling it tight. Get it in there. Started. Well, you know, you get the drift, so be careful next time. And that will hang it, and the ribbon won't show. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoyed this and want to see more videos, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want to click on the link in the video description, it will take you to my blog post that has all the written dimensions for everything you need along with the supply list. So thank you so much.